Y'all, Victoria has been live for 6 hours today. Imagine if she spent that time on like a job, you know? Might learn how to self reflect a bit, realize that you are the problem. Anyway, we're going to address this because I did kind of take apart her live while I was live, and that's uploading.
Link only. Yeah. I do have a Discord that I made, but I don't know how it works yet. Girl, I tried to get on a voice call yesterday and I couldn't even learn how to turn on my damn microphone. So I gotta figure it out before I like release it. But yeah, I just want to know who the fuck this bitch is. Like she was not a good person for sure. It's end-to-end encrypted. So in order for me to read all the messages, I would have to do it on my phone because that's where it's at. But I don't know. I have no earthly idea. There's a Sharon recently, but that's not her. Okay, so here's the thing, in which she's probably in here listening because I just seen somebody post something. But regardless, she wrote me a bunch of messages. Again, I did not know that there was a message request over there. The only people I've ever wrote over there were people that I knew. So like we were messaging already. And like, okay, so for instance, on Thanksgiving, she wrote, "I'm so glad your family didn't have to spend another holiday at your whatever." So whatever the fuck she said. I don't know. I don't remember that last part. But basically saying that she's glad that my family wasn't home for the holidays, or for Thanksgiving. Again, what does she fucking know, right? Anyway, and then she said something about me and my husband probably celebrate the anniversary of that day. What? Awkward. Yeah, but then she went into the thing, which is why I'm over there, and telling people that don't like Reaper that I was a horrible person and that I was actively harming my family. It's disgusting. But she had been messaging me literally almost every single day since.
How does it feel to always be wrong? That's what I want to know. How does it feel to always be wrong? I know this is gonna blow your mind here. But yeah, I don't give a shit who has a problem with what Reaper's husband did, right? He's not here. But you are. Right? And that's why we talk about you, right? Because you're a shitty human being and even less of a mother, in my opinion. Also, just so that we're 1,000% clear here, people telling truths about you does not make them a bad person. You know? You know what I consider a bad person? Somebody that abuses their children. Yeah. Somebody that owes thousands of dollars to people on the internet, but yet can somehow manage to twist themselves into being a victim in every situation. Somebody that attempts to manipulate and gaslight their way through life. Hey, Shiz, you paying attention? Are you paying attention? Because I can guarantee that your DMs look just like theirs did.
Disgusting. But she had been messaging me literally almost every single day since the 12th of November. And I didn't find this until like 2 days ago. But I had found, I think 2 or 3 days after it was sent, I had found an email. And the email looked very, very similar to a message that she sent on the same day. But I mean, again, and as I told the person, I don't know for sure that the email came from her. It is awful weird. Like literally, I think it's like 10 minutes after she wrote me, again, something similar on the same day. But I don't know. And the email is disgusting. Just saying. Saying that they hoped, oh, look, you probably shouldn't use the same name or the same picture you use over here, sweet pea. But you can stay. I won't do nothing to you. Anyway, I know what I'm saying is not incorrect, so I don't care who's listening. But yeah,
now, because I know who Shannon is, right? And I've seen that email, right? I think you wrote it yourself. Sounds a lot more like you than it sounds about her. That's a fact. Try to argue it. So, little too convenient if you ask me, and I know you better than they know you. So show me. I want you to produce proof that Shannon said those things that were in the email from Shannon's mouth. I want you to show me.
But, the other person's messaging me and said, I know, they can't leave me alone. But, I mean, it is what it is. That just become a very big issue because She was over there trying to talk crap like anybody. I am so fucking sorry. If you were friends with this person, so be it. I don't know that any of my friends would be their friends, but you might be somebody in here that likes her, and I don't really give a fuck. But what I am saying, if you can say somebody that unalived someone to the point that a young mother, was over top of her child, and her child had to go to trauma therapy because he could hear sharp objects hitting their mother's bones, and you said that person needs to be around kids more than I do? Huh? The fuck did you just say? Yeah, it's gross, man. Well, he never did anything. Yeah, he did. He did. He may not have physically did anything to that child, but he did. Like,
you have proof there was a kid at the scene? Do you have proof that there was a kid at the scene? Oh, wait. Even better, you know what I take solace in? The fact that you think that they will stomach you either. You serve a purpose, Victoria. You know, the way you used people as transactions, they do it to you. That's first. Secondly, ma'am, are you forgetting that I know what you did to your children? More than you think I know. Do you know that? So I'm going to say that somebody that could do that to their own children, absolutely right. You have no business around children. And girl, let me tell you, you have no idea what's coming your fucking way.
Like, you took his whole ass mom away. No, you didn't do nothing to a kid. Like, that's these people. I'm telling you, that's these people. The new round, the other people before all this shit, before the calling the clinic thing, they hate me for legitimate reasons. This new crew only hates me because their leader loaned her backbone to a schmurderer's wife. Whoops. They don't know how. They don't know how. But that person herself can say, how do you know? You weren't there. Take your own advice. That's all I can say. Take your own advice. How do you know? You weren't there.
You really can't stand that people like Reaper. Like, it really bothers you, right? Reaper isn't you. Reaper is not you. That's what you got to understand. I hold people accountable for their own actions, Victoria, not other people's actions. That's first. Also, you have been given a chance to be honest with those that support you every fucking step of the way. Every step of the way. And you chose to be dishonest. And that's the difference here. I got proof, baby. I got more proof than you can fucking imagine on the piece of shit that you are. Just so you know. It's fucking, like, you think you're crying now? You fucking wait.
No, I don't. They also try to say that I stole money from a child's funeral, and that's not correct either. But I'm going to pick up those receipts. I mean, I have the receipts, but I'm going to get concrete evidence. The dumb shit you have to do, like literally 4 years ago. It's crazy. Just like, and I'm so very sorry that people can be mad at me all they want to as well. Although, I do know that they're going through some things over in their own clique. Just like, and I'm so very sorry that people can be mad at me all they want to as well. Although, I do know that they're going through some things over in their own clique. By no stretch of my imagination do I believe that you have message after message after message of people coming in stating that they gave somebody thousands of dollars. No. Now, do not get that twisted with, yes, plenty of people loaned me money and gave me money and whatever, and they believe that it was under false pretenses. But no. There's one person that I basically told to go F themselves because of the own shit that they did. I spoke to counselors, I spoke to therapists, I spoke to a lot of different people. And I am not even going to, and I told y'all this, when somebody came to me that stated, that she had loaned me, I think it was $30, I don't remember, $30 or $40, and that she never loaned out money like that with every expectation of getting it back, which most people that loan money expect to get it back, right? But that the biggest way that I could pay her and many people that she still talks to back was to, since they believed enough in me to, see me through the worst of my fucking addiction, to show them that they didn't waste their time or money. And after I made that statement that somebody else had told me, several of my other OGs came and said the same thing. And no, did all of them give me whatever money? No, they didn't. But a lot of these people, it was, I don't know, probably rightfully so. They helped me with certain things. They found out I did have a problem, and they're like, nope, now I want my money back. But it was never taken and used for things that I didn't ask for.
That's a lie. And you're wrong. There are plenty of people that gave Melita money. All right, but you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong, and that's a lie. Okay, because I've personally seen the messages of people asking you for their money back. That's a lie. You're a fucking liar. So I have at least 4 people that have given you thousands. Okay, so just so we're clear here, multiple people, Victoria. This is one person. You have no idea the receipts that I hold. When I say that you owe people $10,000-$15,000, I fucking mean it. That was money that was supposed to be paid back. That's not money that you scammed out of people with your products and whatnot. I'm not including that. I'm including money that you took from people under the premise that you would give it back.
When they see me in a live, like I could be commenting, hell, I could be putting a box, whatever. They either A, start commenting to let the host know, because God forbid the host don't know I'm in the comments. Most of the time the host already knows I'm in the comments, but whatever. Like quite literally spamming the chat. But my favorite is when the host tells them I'm allowed to be there, and they like, well, if she's here, I'm not staying here. And they storm off like a fucking toddler. Or my other favorite is the backhanded comments, and the moment I respond back, they're like, she was bashing me. Fucking throwing a tantrum. Like, what the fuck? Okay, well, if you want her here, I'll tolerate her in the comments, but she gets in a box. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That one did back in the comments. And I finally, literally, I went back and counted. It was over 12 times. And I said, such and such, please stop. You know, they blocked me. And then they try to say that I was extremely rude to them. And then when I came back in, they try to say that I bashed them. But funny enough, they can't tell me how. Because, please. And then when they got called out for their bullshit the next time, they threw a tantrum. I'll just leave. Like, trying to get everybody to say, no, you can say, we'll make her leave. You know that's what they're trying to do. But whatever, it all got taken care of, right? And because I was at a movie with my, so then the next live that they see me in, y'all, they told me that FOFA. Keep talking about it. I'm on FOFA. Bitch, try. You're gonna go get a new backbone just like the last one? Okay. Make sure you get a good one. I'm like, I want so badly to taunt them, but so badly not to. I think my little devil on my shoulder, my little angel on my shoulder, they're having fucking conflicts. So much of me doesn't want, like, any more bullshit to do.
How'd that work out for you? Just so you're aware, right? Because I knew last week that this was coming for you, right? I knew. And you couldn't help yourself. I didn't have to push the issue. People see when they're going to see. I don't have to do a damn thing because you cause all the ruckus yourself, right? So, where'd that cockiness go? Because if you want to blame anybody, you could blame me. Because when you caused that issue in Mandy and Jen's live last week, they both came to me. And they were given the facts with proof, right? So you couldn't help yourself. And you went into their live, which has been stated, it was drama-free, with Reaper and Jen in the box. You went into that live and you caused that issue. And that is why you got blocked today.
How you gonna do it? I'm gonna release all the information that's already been put on the internet for the last 4 years. Okay. It's comical. It's like, I literally asked somebody if there was a timeout that they could put them in. And I'm really wondering if it's that person over there, because it kind of seems like it. Not gonna lie. They tried. Hey, Winter, how are you?
Wrong yet again. Who would have thunk it, right? Wrong yet again. I show my face everywhere, Victoria. When I go into a Discord, it's my face. I don't need to hide who I am, okay? First. Also, just so you're fucking clear, number one, there has been several things that I eased out that have not been put on the internet. You and I both know that. And you have no fucking idea what is about to come your way. If you had half a fucking brain in your head, you would have gotten ahead of it and been honest. Because you know what you've done. Maybe you're too narcissistic to fucking admit it, but you have a pretty good idea, right? You could have stopped this long ago. That personality disorder is a motherfucker, though. It's a motherfucker. Will be your undoing, unfortunately for you. right? But no. Also, just so we're on the same page, everything that I uncovered while digging was also relayed to the appropriate people.
But did y'all see that video? Or live, or whatever the fuck that was? If that bitch is sober, she's Cali sober. Cause I mean, some people are weird. Like that, she was like all up in the camera, this far away from the camera, chewing up like a brownie or something. Like, you had some happy juice eating you. I don't know. And the only reason I seen that shit is because you stupid awareness pages.
I just want to make sure I'm understanding what you just said correctly, because, you know, there seems to be some sort of language barrier here, or intelligence, education level, whatever. Are you speculating on somebody's sobriety? Is that what that was? Also, don't you eat on camera? I would imagine that that's how everybody felt while you were shoving your face on camera, right? You don't see the hypocrisy there?
Oh, I know. But, you know, people on that side of the aisle that are all, give her a chance, like to try to act like I learned something from her or something. I'm like, I didn't even know who the fuck she was until I was sober for months.
Yeah, that's not necessarily true either. You knew who Lisa was. Sober for months. You've been sober for 6 months, Victoria. So if I've been covering you for 3 months, that would mean that you were 3 months, 2.5 months sober when you were, you know, sending the money to the drug dealer, right? You remember that? I remember that, right? So what? What are you talking about? And again, you knew who Lisa was while you were still using. I have a screen recording of it, okay?
Just put myself now. No, according to them, I never owned up to any of it. Because I said that I didn't remember some of the bullshit that they're trying to talk about. Oh no, she owned up to it yesterday.
If anybody has seen Victoria answer for anything, can you please send it to my email? I would really like to see it. You're a fucking liar. You have never taken accountability for anything. Nothing. As a matter of fact, a couple of months back, somebody got in my box and said you owed them $30. You commented on that video. Do you remember? I never said I wouldn't pay her back. Why didn't you? Why didn't you? Because she's one of many, right? So why wouldn't you pay them back? When you borrow money from somebody, that money is supposed to be paid back. If you take money under the guise of paying it back and you never had any intentions of paying it back, that's fucking stealing, which you seem to have a problem with.
But never, not once did I say that I had stomach cancer. My white blood cell count was up, but most people didn't even know that. The people that did know that was supposed to be some of my best friends, and clearly. But no, I never said I had stomach cancer.
So wait, did the close friends know about it or did they not? Just wondering. Also, Victoria, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time, babe. Honestly.
You know, kind of like with the making the payment to the funeral home thing, that it bounced, but it was cash. I've never seen cash bounce. Maybe if you're up there on a bouncy ball, but no. And there's not a police report from that either, unless she filed something and I never got anything. I've never been to court over it, and that was 4 years ago. Yeah, a lot of people thought that was new too, and that was 4 years ago. It was in 2020.
Real quick, can you explain this to me? That's your text, right? That's a text between you and who, Victoria? What does it say? Your card declined. So I'll ask you again, Victoria, how much money was raised that night? How much money was raised during that auction, Victoria? Just wondering. Babe, you filed the police report on her when she threatened you to give her the rest of the money. So, yikes. Guess you don't remember that either, huh?
Case that I keep saying that I was charged with but not convicted of, they also said the other day that that's not closed, but then said I took some type of deal. But how would I have taken a deal if it wasn't closed? Interesting. But no, 100% always correct.
I never said that. And it's weird that now you twist things up after I told you that any gag order would not apply to that case, right? Because that case is closed, right? That's what I said. But now you could talk about it. It's weird. So why can't you elaborate on the fact that you punched one of your children in the face and smacked another one? Oh, while she was holding a baby, You can't elaborate on that, but the case is closed. You just admitted it. Where's the gag order? Victoria, where's the gag order? That's what I said. So, if you're gonna try to disprove things that I'm saying, make sure you use the correct fucking terminology, stupid.